Hey, Bolo buddies. Thanks for watching. In this video, we are going to talk about big money Bolo items to be on the lookout for, items you can hopefully buy low and flip for a profit. I'm going to tell you where they got it, what they paid for it, and what it sold for. This is my Bolo Buddies Facebook group. If you are not in it, definitely come over and join. It is free to join. Lots of resources for resellers. It's down in the description of the video under the link tree. You can click on that and just click to join. If you would like to share a Bolo to be featured in a video like this, please, at the top of the group under the featured section, put your Bolo in the comments there. And we're going to get started here with the first one. It comes from Cat Feelin' Thrifty, and a lot of you know her from Whatnot. She is fabulous, and if you want vintage jewelry, you need to go to her Wednesday night show at 7:30 Eastern time on Whatnot. Oh my goodness, she has vintage beauties. I'm telling you, just gorgeous stuff. But anyway, check this out, guys. You know how I always tell you broken items sell? Check this out. This is a vintage D&E Juliana watermelon necklace. And let me just show you some of the pictures here. This is the piece that is broken. Okay. And guess what she sold this for? You ready? She said, I bought a lot of vintage jewelry out thrifting and spotted this Juliana necklace before buying it. Bag with many goodies cost $165. She said when she got home, one of the stones was totally broken off. There went the higher dollar sale, but disclosed broken stone and showed in picture. Sold for $300 plus shipping. You guys, with the broken stone, $300 plus shipping for this item. She said, Bolo Buddies always tells us to list broken items and even single earrings. And she is right. Don't tell her I said that. Oh, Cat, it's fine. You guys make sure you're following Cat Feelin' Thrifty. She's fabulous. All right, here is another one. Oh my goodness. So she messaged me when she got this little beauty, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It's a Shriner signed blue keystone and turquoise matrix ruffle brooch pin pendant. Look at this, you guys. Wow, right? And it's signed right there. Right there. Shriner. Woo! She said, my biggest sale of the year so far, and it was a biggie. I got a bag of jewelry, had about $3 into it, about fainted when I saw the Shriner, New York, and beautiful condition, no missing stones, listed and sold within a few days for $1,200 plus shipping. So when she got the offer, you can see she had it much higher. She messaged me and she's like, I've got an offer. I'm like, I don't know, but she ended up taking it. So would you guys have taken the offer or waited for a higher offer? Let me know down in the comments. I don't know what I would have done either. You just never know until you're in the situation, right? Here is a Willardy vintage lucite purse, also sold by Cat Feelin' Thrifty. That is a gorgeous purse. She really finds some cool purses. Picked up this lucite purse at a thrift store for $16. She said, I love to find these Willardy lucite purses. Bolo for sure. Sold for $159.50 plus shipping within a few months of listing during store sale. Okay. And then she's got one more for us. Large spider brooch, Bettina B&M Von Wallhoff, Trembler Red Black Halloween. So I have never heard of this brand. And wow, there's your mark. Huh. Look at that, you guys. Acquired this piece through a friend that helps me source jewelry. $5 cost. Never heard of this designer, but looked it up in Cha-ching, a Bolo. Sold for $122.50 plus shipping within 24 hours. Wow. Should have auctioned it. Oh, if you can't find anything like it, what should you do? Auction it. Cat, the #1 rule. All right, here we go. Wood octagon frame, convex bubble glass color enhanced picture, father and son vintage. And you guys, I'm just giving Kat a hard time because we're really good friends. And I know she'll watch this and laugh because I always tell her. All right, here we go. She says, I found this vintage bubble glass frame with a beautiful color enhanced picture for $5 at an estate sale. I bought Uncle Bob. There was a sticky on the back with the names. I included it in the listing. Not sure if they wanted the frame or would be keeping the photo in it. It sold 2.5 months for asking price of $89.94. eBay store is Random Acts of Thrifting. Wow. Cool. Very cool. All right, here's another one. This is a McDonald's toy play food set 28 piece with backpack. So does it come? I think it's just the backpack, right? I'm not sure. You know what? I think that it took me into someone else's listing. You know, it does this sometimes. I think that's what happened. So I think hers, yeah, this is the wrong listing. Okay, but this is good to know. All right, so she had I don't know why it's doing this. When I use the links, sometimes it takes me to an active listing instead of taking me to the sold. And usually I catch it, but I didn't catch it on this one. This is Random Acts of Thrifting also, and see the name up here is different. This unopened McDonald's play food is backpacked with food at an estate sale. It sold in 2 weeks for full price of $89.94. Bought it in a large estate purchase. So hard to figure out purchase price, but no more than $5. So I think what it is this backpack, but it has food in it. And hers sold for $89.94 unopened. This is just the backpack. All right, so here we go. This is also Random Acts of Thrifting. Smathers and Branson belt, 36 hand-stitched needlepoint Christmas brass and leather. Wow, check that out. She said they're always worth picking up. Many are unbranded, so they are handmade. This one is a brand Smathers and Branson, which makes it double bolo. Any belt of this brand sells for high dollar. Paid $2 at an estate sale, and it sold in a couple of days for $129. I never, ever would have guessed that that would be over $100 right there. Check it out, guys. Put that on your Bolo to find list. All right, here we go. Miss Elaine, size large, ivory. I don't know how to say that word. Peignoir, robe, nightgown, negligee, soft pink lace vintage. Whoa, it looks like it's floating. I love finding vintage lingerie, this fancy flowy chiffon type. Paid $7 for this Miss Elaine gown and robe at an estate sale. It sold in a couple of months. 25% off offer for $89.94, but I knew it was priced high at $119, so she went ahead and took that. All right, the next one comes from Piece of Scrap, and she is on YouTube as well as Piece of Scrap, so check her out over there. Paid $8 at the Goodwill and accepted a best offer of 52 shipped, so 40 plus shipping, 52 shipped for the Oneida silverware, flatware. The next one is this Green Bay Packers baseball cap. It looks like it's new old stock. Paid $2 at a yard sale and sold it for $32.07 within days of listing. So this one was a quick one. And this one is also Piece of Scrap. So this one here comes from Resale and Bloom on Facebook and All the Small Things 72 on eBay. It is a Barbie 1990s furniture, kitchen, bedroom, living room accessories. So she took certain things and she created one listing here. It says, bought a huge lot of 90s Barbie stuff for $50, including Pink and Pretty House that I have listed for $200, as well as a few other lots. This was the first one to sell. I accepted an offer of $45 within a few weeks. Another listing or another lot sold a few hours later, so it's profit now. Estimated cost of goods for each lot is about $9. This is also from Resale and Bloom. Bought this doll at a tag sale for $1. I didn't check comps, but I know Wizard of Oz stuff can be good, so I grabbed it. After checking comps, I listed it for $30, and it sold for my full asking price within a few weeks. I ended up getting neutral feedback on this because the buyer stated that they thought it was going to be bigger. I put the measurements in the title, description, and had a photo of the tape measure. Yeah, that stinks. So that's a good point. I mean, it says 7 inches in the title. She put it in. I mean, there's nothing else she could have done. That's where I think eBay should step in and protect, but I don't think neutral feedback really affects your account. But I mean, yeah, I like that we can respond to feedback. So if somebody leaves me a negative feedback, I would just go in and I would put measurements were in the title, description, and photos. And then that way, if anybody's looking at your feedback, they're going to see what you wrote and probably go in and look at the listing if they are concerned about it. So that's what I would recommend doing if you get a neutral or negative feedback. The next item is just awesome. Lysol no-touch kitchen system refill. So these are refills, guys. Discontinued products do sell. Bought this at a tag sale for $1. The no-touch dispenser by Lysol is discontinued. So if you find the dispenser or refills, I would grab them. This scent was does especially well. It sold within a few weeks for full asking price of $34.99. And this one is also all the small things, $72 on eBay. The next one is this Scentsy Army full-size wax warmer, new with bulb, retired camo home fragrance. Purchased this for $3 at a yard sale, but didn't realize it was missing the wax holder. I listed it anyway and accepted an offer of $36. The buyer sent this message, and this is also from Piece of Scrap. So the buyer said they broke the bottom of theirs, so they already had the top, so it worked out. So again, it's a replacement part. People are always looking for maybe something that's broken, so it's good to list. All right, this one is mine, and I got this at the Goodwill. I paid $6. These are the jack-o'-lantern blow mold string lights. Anytime you can find the string lights that are Halloween, a lot of them do really well. So this one took longer to sell. I bought a whole bunch the day I bought this, and for some reason, these took forever to sell. I don't know if it was my photos, my title, I'm not sure, but the other ones sold more quickly. I paid $6 and I took a best offer of $40 on those, and they have been listed a while. This sold really fast, and I actually did a video on my reseller testing Bolo products channel of I actually made these little guys. I wanted to make sure it works. See the little characters in the front? I made those. I did that, and I made a video. So that video will earn revenue, and I also sold the item. So because it's just another way to generate another source of income. Will it make a lot of money? No, but it's something, right? Vintage 9888 Creepy Crawlers Workshop. And I knew this was a Bolo when I walked up to this item at the garage sale. Now, I didn't know, I couldn't remember exactly, how valuable it was. And I couldn't remember the details, but I remembered that it was a Bolo. Paid $10 for it. I didn't know if everything was there, but I figured for $10 I could part it out. Sold it for $122.50. The buyer was all in for $148.60. This one I just am showing you because you'd probably walk right past it, right? And I got this in a lot of stuff from an estate sale. So essentially it was, free, 5 cents. I don't know, whatever it equaled out to. But it's this little glow in the dark thing, you guys. It came out of a fruit snack pack, like a fruit snack prize. Isn't that crazy that something that silly has value? It's crazy. I sold this for $16.25. They were all in with tax and shipping for $23.65. Tell me that is not wild. Now, is it big money? No, but pretty shocking, right? And it sold pretty quick. So, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Head over to the Facebook group and share your Bolo, and I will feature it in a video just like this. Thanks for watching.